Think imagine a highly capable form of super intelligence that's available to every person in the world. And what can they now do with that?
170 million new jobs will be created by 2030, but 92 million will also be displaced, according to the World Economic Forum. So, this underlines the scale and urgency of this transition. We've been talking about the future of work a lot. We see AI and digital transformation as one of the top drivers of layoffs. 22% of HR leaders cite that. People are concerned, but you're an optimist about this. Tell me why.
Yeah, yeah, Emily, look, you know me, I'm an optimist, and I'm a technologist, and I think I believe that the future is one of abundance, not scarcity. Now, I think when we look at the news cycle here, I think it accentuates what a gloom and doom scenario around AI is going to take our jobs and there's mass layoffs, and no doubt there are headlines that support it. But I think there's a little bit of conflation here, and that yeah, there's normal cyclical optimizations that are happening as a result of technology changes. And yes, there are unfortunate layoffs and redefinition of jobs and all of that's happening. But that's no different than every other technology era that's preceded this particular one. I think what's unique about this is that normally a big technological shift like this takes decades to unfold, giving everyone adequate time, policies, governments, industries, education, all of that to come together systematically to create then the new opportunities and then allow for the retraining, reskilling to happen very systematically to sort of roll into that future in a very gradual and organized manner. AI just happens to be compressing all of that into what's normally decades into to months and years.
Yeah.
And because of that compression, you're seeing a lot of churn. But if you just step back and imagine the other side of that churn, what happens? I think imagine a highly capable form of super intelligence that's available to every person in the world. And what can they now do with that? And how does that combination of human intelligence and artificial intelligence come together to form an enterprise? And what that enterprise can now do with that combined workforce? Now, I think that means that every enterprise could potentially have a brain of its own, a brain that doesn't have to sleep, doesn't have to take time off, doesn't have to rest, and can always be thinking about how to grow the company, how to optimize margins for that company, how to serve customers better, how to deliver more delightful features to the customers. That's kind of what's coming some years from now, whether that's 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now is anyone's guess. I think net, there's a tremendous amount of new jobs that need to be created. Those jobs are probably more on the creative side and less on the mechanized, repeated task side,
Sure. The
right?
taste,
Yeah,
the taste, because AI doesn't have it.
correct. So that transition of repeated mechanized tasks, which likely should get automated, freeing up some part of our time to focus on things that are just what we do best, which is more creative stuff. That's what's coming. Now, that transition is going to be somewhat painful for some. No one's minimizing that, but I think the eventual end state of this is one of abundance and a future that probably is going to be one of the best eras of human expansion.